Hello, this is Danny from Danny Design Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Now today is the last in the series, the 12 Days of Christmas series. This is the 12th day and we're doing today the good old Christmas cracker. And I thought I'd use this lovely Poinsettia Speciality paper doing it. I've just felt this year I've really loved red and white and bits of gold. And I thought it's quite a real luxury. So I thought I've got lots of the papers left. I've only used a bit of them. And you get all sorts. You get the holly, which I'm going to use today, the poinsettia, and that pattern that you get I've done here. So, and I can do all of my Christmas crackers like this. So I'm going to use the holly today, and the technique of doing this is there was a lovely Christmas cracker on in the picture on the annual catalogue last year, not this year. It's a smaller version. I've just adjusted these measurements because I wanted my cracker snap. The ones that I could get hold of is 11 inches, so I've done this 11 inches long and adjusted the measurements because I wanted quite a big cracker to put all my little gifts inside for my Christmas table. But the method of doing it is the same as what Stampin' Up have suggested, and that is to create these little punches with these punches. This is from this is the Gleaming Ornaments punch pack, and not the larger one we're using, the smaller one we're using to create this, and it's really straightforward, and you could use it on any paper really. I love this North Pole delivery, and I've used quite a lot of these sentiments in the series, but I thought that looks quite nice on here, so I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to do it in a green. I have got this lovely ribbon, Old Olive and Pretty Peacock. It's the reversible ribbon. It's just so shimmery. I think sometimes the camera doesn't pick it up, but it's really lovely, and I think quite Christmassy, so I'm going to use that. But it has got the Pretty Peacock in there, so that's why I'm going to be using that, the Pretty Peacock card, and this little sentiment. So let's get started on this. So you need a piece of cardstock, or in this case the vellum. You need a piece of 11 times 7.5, and that's in inches, but on my website will be the metric values. So on the short side, now if you've got a directional paper, this isn't, but if you do have one that you're going to use, don't forget the direction has to be vertical. So you're going to just score it at 1 3/4. So you find that. Now my cutting tool needs to be out of the way, and I'm only scoring. So scoring 1 3/4. I have to press fairly hard, so I'm going to give it a few scores. Then 3.5. 5 1/4. And then 7. So you can see it's still a faint line. Sorry, now then you turn it onto this side and you score at 1.5. Turn it right round onto the other side, and that's 1.5 this side, and that's really all your scoring done. So you can put that out of the way, and then I'm going to burnish this. So this is quite hard to burnish. It's quite a paper that's quite stiff. So you need to really get those folds nice and creased. And then the next one, I can just barely see it. There it is. I'll just find it first. There we go. It does crease really well once, so it does sort of stay in that shape once you creased it. Then I'm just going to find the actual crease first. Pattern paper, I always find it quite difficult to find the crease. Oh, there we go. Got that one. And then the little bit at the end, which is the tabby bit, that is what is going to be glued down. There we go. So it does crease really well, very stiff. Right, so then the two end bits. And this side. There we go. So the next bit is to get your punch, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it the other way, push it right up as far as it will go, and then get that, I don't know whether you're seeing that, into the centre. So you want the cross bit right in the middle of that, and then once you're there, we're going to pop it out, punch it out. So again, get that in the centre, and again pressing the punch right to the top, right down to the base of the punch, and then this end I'm just getting it to the centre again, and then the same on the other side. Remembering to press that out right at the end, so getting the paper right down to the end. So that's that one. Then that one, same again, and you end up with all these lovely little baubles of flock, flocked vellum rather, all over your table. And then that's the last one. There we go. So if we get those out of the way, you end up with something like that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some double-sided tape. Now this flocked vellum is really quite tricky to stick, so you need some double-sided tape, and you want that along the tag, the little taggy bit at the end. I think tear and tape is the only thing really. I mean, glue, I think the wet glue would be really hard to do because it will just take forever. If you were sticking something on top of it, we're going to be using wet glue, but really I think the tear and tape is the best thing for it. Getting the ends off. go. Right, so you fold that piece back like that, and then this one, make sure that you're getting all the ends coming together. You can start off in the middle, and then once you're happy, press it down. So same as this, that end and this end. There we go. So I would also, it is a bit see-through, so whatever you're going to put inside, you can wrap up with some tissue paper or something. So then that is the join. So you missed that column. I'm going to put my sentiment on, and it's easier to do it while it's flat, because as I said earlier, it's very difficult, this paper, to stick anything to it. So it's easier to do it now. So I'm using the story punch, story label punch in this, and I'm going to just cut that out, and then I'm going to mount it onto this. So I just want to have a little sort of border to show it off a bit, so I'm just going to use that little trick that we normally do. Cut that in half, and then I'm going to put my sentiment on here, and I've already mounted my sentiment. I'm doing the North Pole delivery, and I need my pretty peacock. So dab that all together. This doesn't quite fit. You sort of miss out the tails, but it doesn't really matter. It's still really nice little sentiment. There we go. So get that out of the way, otherwise I'm going to put my fingers in it, and then I'm going to mount that onto here. But also I do need the sprig punch, which I have used so much. I need a couple of these just to show it off a little bit as well. So then I get my wet glue, and I'm going to mount it on here. Just gives a little border, which is nice because it doesn't disappear. Doesn't disappear onto the white. So then that goes onto there. Stick it down a little bit. Then I'm going to put the sprigs on, and I like doing it sort of opposite angle like that. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to put lots of glue, because it does require quite a bit of glue. So remember, I've got my join there, that panel, and then this panel is where I want it to go. So carefully put it onto here, into the middle, and then get one of these punches, and I'm going to press down for a few seconds. If I could do it with my fingers, but I know I'll have dirty fingers probably, and it will come out onto that white lovely card. So I think that is done. There we go. So that's easier. Then I get my little snapper cracker snap. Oops, got a few out there. So then what I've done is actually put a little bit of a glue dot in place here. It's going to be, say, there and there, because the thing is with this, it's got, even with the ribbon on, it's got a sort of a wide opening and it will just come out. I've got two there. So just going to pop that in there and glue it down, because when you put the ribbon on, the snapper actually is not stuck to that side. It comes into the middle a bit more. So then last bit to do is your ribbon, and with that little, with this little crease in there, it helps. It helps to mould the shape. So we just need to poke our finger and pick it up a little bit again. Grab these, take these out, just to create the shape back again, because it's sort of loses the shape a little bit. And then this side. And I thought this year I was going to put alternate red and green. I think it looks just quite different, really. So again, I just need to poke these out, maybe just with my finger. And that's it. I just want to put a little bit of embellishments on there. And this is the wonderful gems that I'm using. Just ties in that gold. And there we go. Quite easy, quick, simple. And I hope you like them. So thank you very much for watching this 12 Days of Christmas series. This is the first series I've ever done, so I have really appreciated your support. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas of 2020. And I look forward to seeing you next year. Until then, happy stamping, crafters! If you like this video, please click the like button below, and please subscribe and select the bell icon to all to receive notifications of when I upload. Thank you.